Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown, the largest international curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you decided to join us to watch some of the top teams from around the world participate in this event. My name is Jesse Hamonic, and I'm the Vice President and Country Head of Nutrien Ag Solutions Canada. Like farming, curling brings our communities together, and Nutrien Ag Solutions is committed to promoting the diversity of sport within the communities where we work and live. We're so grateful to the Western Showdown team for allowing us to partner with them to bring you this event, and I want to wish you all, the teams, a safe and successful event.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Curling Showdown. We're so glad you've decided to join us to come see some of the world's best curlers participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director for RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and support of curling in our community, we're also proud to support the 2023 Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Curling Showdown, as RBC is committed to working with our community to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the community in which we live. Thank you to everyone on the organizing committee for putting this great event together, and on behalf of RBC Dominion Securities, enjoy the tournament.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been an exciting week of curling here in Swift Current at the Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown. A couple of draws left to go. The finals will be later on this afternoon. We've got the semifinal action for you right now. My name is Sean Joyce. Happy to be with you for this game between Mike McEwen and Michael Brunner. First end just underway here. McEwen with the Redstones qualified through the B. Brunner came through the C, so by virtue of being a higher seed, McEwen has last rock here in the opening end of play. Stone just biting the top of the 8-foot shot rock. That Redstone, you can see at the back of the house, appears to be out of the ring, so just the one counter right now. Hit there, it exchanges. It's now the Brunner team sitting shot. Mike McEwen, longtime Manitoba skip, joining Colton Flash's team this year, taking over the skipping duties, so he'll be playing out of Saskatchewan. My first chance to look at this team this week, but be seeing them at provincials as well. For the Brunner team, the lead, Andres Burlak. This is the second, Romano Meyer. Sweeping on the left as we look at it there, the third, Anthony Pataud. Michael Brunner, the skip. Boy, this is really curling. They're going to have to go get a piece. We'll go by the stone in the rings. Does clip that red stone just out of the rings at the back. Removes it from play. So just the one stone in play. Shot rock belonging to Mike McEwen, and an opportunity here early in this first end to split the rings and with last rock try to hold it for a deuce. It's Kevin Marsh in the hacks. Twin brother Daniel is the lead on the left. Colton Flash throwing the third stones. Sweeping on the right. Left now as we switch the camera angle. And Mike McEwen in the house wearing the black. I hate to say that curlers are superstitious, but this McEwen team has two different colored jerseys, and when Mike is wearing the black, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a case of somewhere along the week he had a particularly good game with the black, and even though the team's going with the whites, he's sticking with the lucky jersey. little bit of work now for the Brunner team to get back to where they might be able to force a blank. They'll play the hit on the higher of the two and the wider of the two McEwen counters, try to roll back towards the middle, see if they can get these rocks grouped, have a chance for the double somewhere. This is, again, really curling hard on them. Going to have to go for a piece. Boy, just catches enough of that stone to remove it from play. Mike McEwen will ask Colton Flash to draw back over to that side. Wants to keep the two stones in the house fairly close to even. Clean up the brush a little bit more as it comes into the top of the rings now, just to try to bring it back. Stays a little higher in the house than the second shot stone. A chance for a across the house double now would be a little too flat. Be another attempt to hit and roll back towards center, maybe roll across the center, and they're just hoping here to have a chance somewhere along the line for Michael Brunner to play a double. See if they can get out of this end, forcing Mike McEwen to blanket. They had a couple of rocks over curl, and one flashed and one just barely made contact. Perhaps overcompensated a little bit there. You can see that happen. It might have happened on both ends of it. Let's see the thrower decide I'm going to throw a little bit more weight to make sure it holds straight. Skip gave him just a little bit more ice. They end up rolling out broom side. Gives Colton Flash the chance to play the same draw he threw on his first one. Rushers haven't touched this one. Looks like it's got just a little bit more weight. Back 8 foot it is. Still shot rock. I think it's stopped high enough that the across the house double would be difficult. They're still going to look to try to set up a double later on. Playing the hit on the higher stone, trying to roll towards that one that was just delivered. Two choices. You saw the first indication of Michael. He just wants to roll about 1.5 feet into the 8 foot, which will bring it up higher in the rings. Of course, Mike McEwen would have to hit it. After the exchange of hits, Brunner hoping this stone would be high enough up in the rings to give him a chance to play the across the house double. The distance between them between the two stones won't bother Michael. Just needs the first stone to be high enough in the rings to give him a better angle. Get a little bit longer roll, gets to the back of the forefoot, just biting it. Does give Mike McEwen the chance if he can roll back to the edge of the 12 foot, probably leaves them even enough that there won't be a double available. Nose hit would lead the double. Mike McEwen with the final last rock here in the first end of play. A chance to set up his deuce. Looking to make a play on the Brunner stone back forefoot. Gonna need a bit of a roll not to leave the double. This is curling early. He's not gonna roll away from it. Makes the hit, actually rolls just a little bit closer to his own. One stone left to come for Michael Brunner. This is the chance he's been looking for to get a double, get out of this first end. On the brush early, they backed off. Needs to hit just a little under half, I think. He's got the half, comes across, catches the front end of that red stone, enough to drive it out, and then Romano-Meyer very alertly trying to brush that rock as it spun up. Could have gotten in the neighborhood of their own rock that's just out of the rings, and at least made this a little bit more tricky for Mike McEwen, as it is. It doesn't roll far enough to do that, but that's impressive alertness, and that's the kind of thing that has both of these two teams in the semi-final. It's just that attention to detail. Not just making the double, but aware of the fact that they could have rolled it after that. Got a little something extra out of that shot. Mike McEwen, the in-turn hit, just looking to roll to the boards, get the blank, carry that last rock into the second end. Makes the hit, makes the roll. No score after one end of play here in this men's semifinal. So Mike McEwen with last rock again to the second.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at...
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Second end underway here. I believe it was the first stone at the end that was the one came to just bite the top of the 12-foot. McEwen came around at first, then the longer second guard, and I believe that's the order they were throwing. McEwen had a quick thought about maybe making a play on the Yellowstone biting the top of the 12-foot, playing the no-tick zone rule here, and that center guard looks like it is touching the center. You have to flirt with that. Going to elect to play to the corner for now. Sit 2. Rushers have backed away from this one. Daniel Marsh perhaps just a little bit heavy here. Will come to rest, still biting a piece of the 8-foot. McEwen sits 2. Meyer looking for the hit and roll back towards the middle. Big weight here because they're looking for the long flat roll. It's a piece of it in behind cover. Kind of looked like the Brunner team might have thought they were going to overroll there. Nobody was ready to sweep right away. Tough to make a roll like that when you got to throw such big weight, but it was a flat roll. If you throw quieter weight to make the roll that far, you're going to be deeper in the house. You wouldn't have been shot rock. Kevin Marsh looking to hit that stone. Would have liked to hang his shooter on in the corner somewhere, but rolls it out of play. Meyer now being asked to play the wide in-turn draw, try to come down, sit on the corner of the shot stone. Sweeping really more for line right now. It looks like a lot of room, but there's such a good late movement here in Swift Current that need to be a long way by the guard. And it's a good illustration of it. You saw halfway down, it looked like a ton of room coming by the guard. He ends up rubbing the stone in the top of the 12-foot. Had good weight for the freeze. Those two Yellowstones still problems for Mike McEwen. There's raises on both sides available to Michael Brunner. Hard to do anything about both of them with one shot. Tricky to remove either one of these, pass it by your own. Probably get to the nose on this stone that was just delivered. Love to get just inside the nose. Roll over into the side of the other yellow stone. Once they're sure they're going to get by, they switch to the offside sweep, try to get that extra curl. That was a all about the weight on that shot. He couldn't throw much more than that and still get the finish. So leaves that stone hanging around back 12 foot. It is McEwen sitting shot. Top of the 8, second and third, I believe, belonging to Brunner right now. I think he can see enough of that to play the double. If you make the double, you won't have anything better than 12 foot. You know, like McEwen will call for the come around. He's looking at coming around everything, getting there first. So coming around that red stone that was just delivered, and really the way these finish, you can actually bury around the red stone at the top of the 8 foot. It's currently shot rocking. That looks like it shouldn't be possible, but look at how much this is going to curl from the hog line in. Well, this one might be a little strong. Does get back to the center line, but at least 2 feet too deep. Still McEwen stone, top of the 8 foot, sitting shot rock. Colton Flash in the house, and Mike McEwen, pardon me, Colton Flash in the hacks, Mike McEwen in the house trying to decide where do we want to put this next stone. Still doesn't like that yellow stone sitting in the 12 foot, but it's really hard to do anything with it. Looking at the come around, I think Colton Flash had suggested we could tap our own red a piece under the yellow. That's the shot they're talking about now. Colton Flash, I think, asking about the come around on the outturn side. Colton Flash decides he's had enough of discussing this from 120 feet away. Going to come down and take a look. So I think what they've talked about, one of the reasons they're not wanting to play the tap on the red is that they would open up a path to shot rock. Again, it looks like it's buried, but with the amount of curl here, if you move that red out of the way, there's probably a path to get to shot rock. They don't want to be behind the tee line playing this shot. They're still a little bit worried about the yellow raise possibility on the other side. Colton Flash looking to come right into the side of the 4 foot. Nothing out of the brushers so far. Getting tight for line, but it's going to be a little deep. And now at the end deciding, well, if we're going to be back, we better be way back. He is sitting 2. Deeper than they would have liked to have been, though. Michael Brunner has the chance to play the same draw if he wants to. It is against 2 now. And they do have the luxury this time, if they're a little deep again, come down to the face of that stone that was just delivered, I do believe they would be shot rock. Got room coming by, so they've switched the sweep now, trying to get a little extra curl as it comes into the rings. Anthony Bataud brings his stone into the edge of the 4-foot. Shot rock. Maybe a sliver exposed, but tough to get at it. Some discussion about playing the tap on the red now. And McEwen thinking about maybe it's time to peel the center guard. If you peel the guard, he's got a couple of reds he can run in. He's got the one at the top of the house, but he's also got the yellow-red-yellow combination. Colton Flash with the straight peel on the center guard. Stone on the corner of the button, a little bit lonely. Brunner can't really afford to start trying any doubles on the reds. He's apt to lose his own stone, and that could result in a big end the other way. He's going to put the guard back. Probably has to guard the yellow more than the red. The yellow nose hit on that yellow stone. It comes back, clips the red at the top of the 8-foot, puts it onto shot stone. McEwen's got a double tap available on the 2 reds, but hard for him to kill the yellow shot stone. With the stone at the top of the 12-foot, so probably more important to cover the yellow one here. A little clean from the brushes early now. Nothing. They back right away. Had to wait for it to start curling. Both brushers working at the end to try to carry it far enough to cover now. What did they leave? Mike McEwen kind of got the guard in between the 2 stones and might take away enough of each of them that Mike McEwen doesn't have an easy shot either side. Mike leaning down, I think wondering if he can get just inside the nose on the red, try to tap it back onto the yellow. It would be tough with the weight that he needs to throw to move that many rocks. The double tap draw is definitely there. Mike wondering if he can get that red thin enough to put it into the side of the yellow and have it spin back. Again, could give him shots on both sides for his last one. Hard for Michael Brunner to take both of them away. Tough shot though. Mike will be looking, can he see enough of the yellow to just try to pick it clean? Boy, you can't see much. think what he's looking at is just trying to pick the yellow one clean, and that might have been part of the discussion. If we happen to just rub the red at the top of the 12-foot, it goes into the yellow beside it and spins back in. That's not a bad result either. Colton Flash on the brush right away. Had to play very tight to his own stone. Gets it by. Does have enough to pick it out. Mike McEwen performing surgery. Still Michael Brunner with a chance to put this stone back. But after watching that one, they might feel like they have to come to the back one to make sure they don't give up the chance for two. If you freeze the back, Mike McEwen at least knows he's going to have a chance to score. Final stone for Michael Brunner here in the second end. McEwen with last rock, sitting two. Brunner needs to come wide around on the in-turn. Into that back 4-foot area, try to get something frozen down or close to frozen so that Mike McEwen can't get it out. He's got nice line coming in. Question will be whether or not he has enough weight to get to that back one. Well, he gets to the back corner of the button. Probably a little farther around too. Mike McEwen might be looking yellow on the red onto the shot stone. Hard to tell if the red at the back would still be second shot, because you're going to have to stick this yellow on the top of the 8-foot when you tap it back. Don't think he can play the red over the top of the red in the 8-foot and then back. I don't think he can get it by the yellow. They haven't looked at it anyway, so I don't think they think they can get it by the yellow. So looking to come down with fairly quiet weight. Gonna get close to the nose, maybe a sliver on the high side. Drive the yellow onto the red, onto the yellow at the back of the button. Needs to move it out of the 4-foot. He sticks the red on the tap back. It'll be for one for sure. And it'll just matter as to whose second shot, the yellow that he's going to jam back here or the red at the back. Sweeping for curl now, straightening it out, and they lost that one. Swept for curl early and ends up curling it into the guard. There'll be a steal of one here in the second end for Michael Brunner. Dodges a bit of a bullet. Takes a 1-point lead into the third. It'll be Mike McEwen with last rock once again.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet.
And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea? Great idea. Let's talk more about next year. I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrien Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Steal of one in the second end. Michael Brunner with a 1-point lead as we begin play here in the third. I have to admit, while we were in the break, I took a peek at the replay myself. Looked like Mike McEwen had lots of room. They had called for a switch to get some extra curl, and then it didn't happen on camera. It was just as we were doing the transition from one camera to the other. Suddenly it was gone, and for Mike McEwen's body language, it might have picked. Certainly looked like it had lots of room, and then all of a sudden it was gone and crashed the high guard. However it happened, it's a steal of one. McEwen still with last rock here as we begin play in the third. Center guard was thrown up the corner. The come around in the middle, and now Daniel Marsh trying to come around his own corner guard. That shows you right there how much late movement there is. In order to make the port with the draw, Daniel Marsh almost had no choice but to come out a little bit into the open. Brunner still sitting shot rock behind his center guard. Talked about following that stone down, sitting on the inside corner. Following the red one down, looks like that's what they're going to play. Rusher's working this hard. He wants to stay on the inside corner to be second shot rock if he could. It's going to come up a little bit short. That was the fifth rock of the end, so Mike McEwen has the option to start moving guards. Mirestone coming up a little light on that last attempt. He's actually got a pretty good setup on the corner already. It's just the middle he needs to deal with. So gonna look to make the hit and roll off this corner guard. I don't think they're playing the straight peel. I think they'd like to keep their shooter for another corner guard. Kevin Marsh with the hit and roll. Does cover the outside of that stone that might have been a little bit exposed. Brunner looking at the double peel initially. You have to be a little careful. Guess looking to go over the top on the first one. If you're trying to come into it and spill across, there's danger of it coming into the yellow shot stone. Probably not even critical that he gets the second guard. And a peel here, just make sure you peel the longer one. Makes the double peel, but that's what they should have been, or maybe needed to worry about. It comes into the shot stone in the rings. Fortunate, it spins all the way through the back. So it's McEwen sitting 1 in the 8 foot behind second shot stone in the 12. Irish shooter all the way across the house, and it's a corner guard now on the other side. Kevin Marsh will try to use it. Daniel Marsh had been on the brush trying to coax it to curl a little bit more, but they didn't want to bring it behind the tee line, so they had to let it come to rest. It is half behind cover. Anthony Patad now with the chance to play the short runner. Yellow onto the red. This is red, he's running it onto his second shot for the time being. Makes the hit, stuffs it. So leaves the yellows as second and third. Two options they're looking at. They talked about the double. They talked about jamming the first one and rolling to the center line. You'd only be third shot doing that, but the reason you do it, you make this nose hit double, and you're going to leave the chance for Brunner to play the across house double. Well, he certainly didn't want that as one of the options. He hits broomside and rolls away. Gives Anthony a chance to make a play at shot stone. You can see half of it from the hacks. Rushing for curl now. Makes the hit, rolls into the corner of the 4 foot. Brunner sits 2. Flash will look to hit, roll back under the corner guard. Can just get fully buried and still be shot rock. Makes the hit, but doesn't curl quite enough to get the roll. Brunner talking about rolling underneath now. Has to be a little careful with that. McEwen has last rock here. You roll a little bit past the guard and he'll come down and corner freeze your stone. Still have a chance for his deuce. Gestured about the nose hit as well. I don't know whether they decided that the nose hit would be okay or if they were just looking at we exchange noses, is it okay? Might be. You make the nose hit for Mike McEwen to roll under cover, he's probably not shot rock. Takes the hit, gets the roll over to be about half covered. McEwen looking at what angle would he need to be at to be shot rock if he freezes that. He now at the hit and the long roll, he's going to stick with the corner freeze. Doesn't look very likely that you're going to have a chance to blank, so you may as well try to score 2 here. Corner freezes aren't easy at the best of times, but the higher the rock is in the house, the tougher the corner freeze is, because you've got to be a little bit further offline to still have shot rock. It's just physics, geometry, I guess. Needs to be just a sliver in front of the yellow. They can't afford to bounce off either, but have to get it far enough to be shot rock. I'm going to leave it a little bit short. Now the angle is good there for Mike McEwen. He can play red onto yellow if he had to. If he gets the chance with his last one. Bring the shooter across and double out the other yellow. Michael Brunner knows that, so knows that he's going to have to bring another one into the ring somewhere. So looking to come in, just tuck a piece around the stone Mike McEwen just delivered to the corner of the forefoot. Sit 3. Gotta force Mike McEwen to have to draw for his single point, and at the same time here you can cut down the rings if you get a piece of forefoot here. Got a lot of room right now. And not a lot of weight. But probably took away enough of the edge of that red stone that the slash and roll across might not be there. Well, Mike McEwen looking, if you hit what you can see, or the air that you can see, slash the red, would you catch the back end of the other yellow and get in for 2 that way? Has to be what they're looking at. I don't know that he can hit the first red thin enough to come all the way across the house and make the double. But can you hit red onto yellow, spin it in towards the 4-foot area, and will your shooter catch the back end of that stone that was just delivered and squirt into the 8-foot that way? Boy, it's close. It might be there. Like lining up the angle with what you hit of the red, you're probably rolling a little too high to go into the yellow at the side of the 8-foot. That little gesture he made, he's wondering if it'll spin in if you play it with quieter weight. He wants to play it. I think the question in his mind has to be, how much weight do we throw? And he wants to be clear in his mind which shot they're trying to play. I don't think he can get it thin enough to come all the way across and make the double. Mike is looking at, will it spin in? Can we touch the back end of the yellow? It looked like he had just decided it's not worth the risk. I think I finally heard him say it's just not there. Now if he hits all of the air, you can see it's certainly there to put the red onto the yellow. It'll roll in enough to make sure you get one, but it's not worth the risk if you're not sure you've got a chance for two. And you just can't quite see enough of the inside of that red to guarantee you can roll in. I don't think he touches the back end of the other yellow. So it'll be a draw here for Mike McEwen, facing two Brunner counters. He's just a little better than full 8. Brushers were on this early. Both brushes down. Needs full 8 here. Colton Flash on the inside, Daniel Marsh away. And they do manage to bring that far enough into the 8-foot. It's a single point for Mike McEwen. Tied up now after 3 ends, and Michael Brunner will have last rock for the first time when we play the 4th.
I've been farming on my own right for 40 years now, I think. It's a very wholesome enterprise. You have very, very busy periods when you have to go hard. So many of our windows are so tight that you just can't afford to miss a couple days of seeding.
When a producer places their trust in us, that when it's time for them to be able to make their living, we're going to be there. That's a tremendous responsibility that is not a one-day-a-year thing, right? In order to actually deliver on that, you have to build your processes, and you have to build your team, and you have to have a mindset of operational excellence, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And it's our job to make sure that they don't go wrong. Or if they do go wrong, that we can fix it before it affects our customer.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual letter lamps. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at letterlamps.com.
Michael Brunner with the force in 3, but you'd make an argument he was a little fortunate there. He missed his final shot. He was drawing in to sit 3. Came up short, and just fortunate that he curled enough. Mike McEwen didn't have quite enough room to make the shot across the house for 2. Ends up having to draw for the single. So we're all tied up as we begin play here in the 4th. Center guard to start the end. We're going to ask for the corner guard. Now Mike McEwen looking for the really high center guard. It does 2 things there. It gives him the 2 centers, but also takes away the path that Brunner would need to come in around. Andreas Gerlach, the lead, looking to come around wide from the in-turn side. Got a lot of room, so sweeping from the offside, looking to curl. Sits full top 8 for shot rock, mostly behind cover. Certainly with the amount of curl there is there. Room for Kevin Marsh to come down and at least move this stone back. Actually comes down with the weight to move it to the back and still got across the face, so he's further undercover than the stone he just tapped back. Not sure who ended up as shot rock there. Not sure that it's going to matter either. There's a lot of rocks left to come, and wouldn't be surprised to see both of those 2 stones move before this end is over. Monomeyer looking for the double peel. Drives it by the second stone. McEwen looking to make a play on that yellow stone at the back of the 8-foot now. I think it is shot rock. That's not the part that matters. They're hitting it just because it's a yellow rock hanging around. Swooping for curl though, they'd like to stay. You want to sit 2 here as long as possible. See if you can at least get the force. Meyer looking at it's the top 2 he wants to get. He wants to get the guard under the one on the top 12, but Michael Brunner went back and took a look. If you just missed the one in the 12-foot, you could still clip the one at the back of the 8. Might be a little too thin to get either one of them here. Call here for Colton Flash to throw the guard about halfway between the house and the hog line. Need a little bit of separation just to make that run back that Brunner's trying as hard as possible. Rusher's waiting on a line call. Kind of looks like they want to go. It's back to splitting center. Does leave a little bit more of that rock exposed and leaves a little bit more angle if Brunner wants to try the double again. That little bit of angle really helps the Brunner team playing these doubles, because he's got to hit so close to the nose to make contact with the second stone anyway, and he doesn't want to leave anything out in front on the center line. Does make contact with the stone top of the 8 foot this time, and that little bit of angle still enough to get the shooter off the center line. Mike McEwen sitting one at the back of the 8 foot and now looking to come around the staggered corners. Big shot here for Colton Flash. Brunner with 3 stones left to come and a couple of corners to work with. He's right at the point in the end where he'd love to come in. You have to cut this path off for him. Brunner just looking, if he gets corner frozen to that, wants to be sure that he's at least second shot. We're looking to get close to the nose, try to tap it just behind the tee line. Try to sit one buried and have something behind it to protect it a little bit as well. This is curling early. He's got to get by the corner guard. Not going to. Moves both corners. The shooter back towards the center a little bit. Didn't leave any of the yellows overlap. You saw Mike McEwen crouching down, see whether or not there's enough room for Michael Brunner to play the straight back on the yellow, and it looks like there is. Now, you can play it straight back to dead jam it on the one that's in the rings. I don't know if you sat beside it with this draw. I don't know that he could play a run double. Mike McEwen already sitting 2 here without last rock as we play in the 4th, but this is a chance to get a buried rock in the 4 foot. The 2 and the 8, you expect you can probably get a force with that, but stone in the 4, maybe even just touch the button. Might put him in a position to start thinking about a steal here. Crusher's staying close, but they had to wait for the line, starting to curl now. Maybe had to wait just a little too long for it to start curling. Does sit 3. Takes away any path that Michael Brunner might have had to draw around that guard. Come to the base of the one that was just thrown. He's still only 4th shot. That doesn't do him any good. He makes the run back. Stuffs it. I don't think he's shot. He can run it back and catch the ever so slightly the inside of that red shot stone so that he pulls the run back stone towards the 4-foot a little bit. Might be able to get shot that way. Really tough. He's maybe just got enough room to do that. Brunner looking at trying to draw it back 4 as well. Kind of 2 objectives if he draws back 4. One is, of course, if Mike McEwen doesn't make his shot, you could still get a chance for 2. But if you're back 4, you know that Mike McEwen can't really put another stone in a position where you might not have a shot to score at all. Big shot here for Michael Brunner. If you happen to slide a little bit deep on this, Mike McEwen takes the path away and you don't have a way in to score. If you happen to rub off the red stone coming by, it'll leave Mike McEwen the chance to hit and roll underneath. Could be looking at a steal. Same possibility if it hangs, although I don't know how you'd get a rock to hang out on this ice. You know it's going to curl. Crusher's really just cleaning, waiting for a sweep call. Got nice line coming by, but is this going to stop in time? This might be a little strong. Kevin Marsh met it at the tee line. Brings it back as far as he can, but does come to rest as shot rock back of the 4-foot. Nothing Mike McEwen can do but follow it down. Doesn't have to be all the way down to it. He could stop in front of the tee line and perhaps still get the steal. Come top button here. Even splitting center, show him half. Can't really afford to make a play on it because if he clips the yellow on the way by, could be a steal of 3 or 4. Nice line coming in. Just needs to stop now. Now, slides a little deep. Does take away any chance that Brunner might have for 2, but leaves him the same shot. Just needs to follow the stone down. It's just thrown by Mike McEwen, and it's essentially the same path he threw with his first one. Get to the pin. He can pick up the single point here. So final stone here for Michael Brunner, fourth end tie game. Mike McEwen sitting one, biting the back of the button. Brunner looking to follow it down. Same shot he played on his first one. Archer's just cleaning early. Waiting for the line. They know it's going to curl at the end. Coming nice now. Michael Brunner with his final stone, puts it right on the pin. Picks up the single point. He retakes the lead. It's 2-1 after 4 ends of play. Mike McEwen with last rock in the fifth.
I've got the bill.
Well, now I've got the tip.
Standard tip increased 2% this year.
That's why I keep you around. So, corn's looking great.
Well, our crop plan is working.
And we locked in that input financing at the perfect time.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet.
And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea? Great idea. Let's talk more about next year. I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrien Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
Center guard thrown up to start this fifth end. Come around attempt to see just coming to rest. Curls the guard, stays in the 4-foot though. It is shot rock. Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown live from Swift Current. Semi-final action on the men's side. An international flavor to this event from the beginning, but still quite the international flavor as the playoffs continue. Mike McEwen, the only Canadian team left on the men's side. Brunner from Switzerland. And on the other men's semi-final has Corey Dropkin out of Minnesota. And another Swiss team in Yannick Schwaller. On the women's side, Jolene Campbell, the only Canadian team left in it, along with Satsuki Fujisawa out of Japan, Yunjin Kim out of Korea, and Isabel Rana out of Sweden. McEwen sitting shot rock here. Daniel Marsh looking to come down to the second shot stone. Wanted to get close to the face. He's going to chip it into his own stone, and that leaves the yellow pretty much dead buried. McEwen sitting shot. Brunner asking Romana Meyer to make a play on what is third shot, rolling under cover. in from the offside, looking for all the curl he could get. He wanted to get across the face and roll under the guard. Actually rolls just a little bit away from the guard situation. Continues to be McEwen sitting shot rock. The stone at the top of the button belonging to Brunner, fully buried. That's the one that's a little bit more dangerous to McEwen right now. They are in the odd end. I thought we might see him peel the guard here. Changing the call, they're going to go after the open stone. Try to roll in towards the middle. Could leave himself cornered on the yellow, have a chance to get it out that way, or come right into it. Even if he nudges it a little bit, he'll have a little bit more access from the other side. It's dead buried where it is. Not going to get much of a roll at all. Sits right there. McEwen sitting shot in third. Brunner wanting the hit and roll behind cover now. Second chance for Monomeyer to make that roll. Gets to the inside this time now. Is it going to roll too far? Maybe just a little bit. Mike eyeing up the double. Have to be a little careful. If they're right on the nose on the first one, they'll catch the second one so thin that the first one will come back and clip the red stone. Important to hold the shooter in the rings here though too. You can hit 2/3, kind of jam the first one onto the second one, spin it back out into the open, but as long as he hangs the shooter on the edge somewhere. Makes the hit, catches the second stone. Actually touched the red stone as well, but still spins out of play. Mike McEwen sitting two. Nothing in behind that center guard right now. The double would be really thin, and if you just missed it, you might give McEwen the chance to draw, sit two, and bring three into play. So just going to look to hit and roll in front of it somewhere. Plan B is he's a little thin. Comes across, touches it. They'll move it back to the back eight, but now it's mostly in behind cover. The Yellowstone, good look at it from the hack end. Still just fully open, room for Holton Flash to perhaps get to the inside, flop underneath the guard. Sit two buried here. Sweep calls are off and on. You know you're close when that's going on. Makes the hit. It's a bit of a roll to the inside. Enough to be perhaps half undercover. Brunner asking Patout to come down, sit right on the face of that stone. To get a rock in a position here that Mike McEwen can't take it out right away. Boy, they need to come down to the face. This is starting to curl on them. Good job by the brushers to bring it down as tight as they did. It does overcurl the red, but it's dead lined up to the guard. And still got a corner in front of the red from the other side. McEwen asking Colton Flash to come down, tap the yellow. Move the red back a little bit, so we'll leave the red shooter angled on the yellow one and break that lineup if he can. Just calling back 8. That's really the weight they need for the shot. It's just a question of line now then. Really curling, wants to stay just a slight touch on the high side here. Boy, that's an outstanding cut shot by Colton Flash. Just enough to break the freeze, and you can see it there. The red-yellow angle still really good for Mike McEwen. Brunner's got angle on the other side, but not much he can do to prevent Mike McEwen from having a chance to get that yellow rock out, and that's the problem for Brunner. There's a lot of reds hanging around. Trying to tap the yellow straight back. Problem is, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can get to the right to the nose of your own yellow. If you look at the camera angle from the hack end, the sliver of that rock is definitely underneath the red at the top of the 8. Hit it on the angle. Your shooter rolls out a little bit. The other yellow touches the one on the button, rolls out a little bit. You're going to leave a straight back double to sit 4. So looking to come down again from the intern side. I talked about possibly moving the red. I think it's just, all he really needs to do is make sure he gets just ever so slightly across the face. He needs to take away the angle that Mike McEwen has. So if he can freeze just across the face, Mike McEwen will be able to hit the red onto the yellow. You could make it by tapping the red too, but you have to get across the face. That's the important part here. It's all about line. He's straight guarding it. I just don't know what the amount of late finish there is here. I don't know that that really takes anything away. Keeping in mind for Mike McEwen here, you don't actually have to get it all the way out. You just need to get it out of the forefoot, ideally, at least to the edge of the forefoot, and open. To get it all the way out of the forefoot, you're sitting 2 right now, and you'll have a way to get it out on your next one. And still, there won't be anything for Michael Brunner to work with. He also took a quick look to see if he can come directly at the yellow, hit the yellow thick enough to take it out off his own, sit 3 that way. Going back to this initial call, I agree with him. I think it's there. It's not going to look great visually from the hack. There's been such good late movement here all week. Yes, the rocks are straightening out a little bit as the event goes on, but given some of the shots we've seen, even this end, it looks like there's still enough movement in this spot. Again, he doesn't really have to kill the yellow. He needs to move it about 3 feet on this attempt. One of those shots where as soon as they know they're by the guard, they'll sweep for curl. Well, they're sweeping for curl early. Got a nice line coming by. Did they over curl it early? Boy, that's the second time in the game they've done that. Try to curl a rock early and put it into the guard. The shooter ended up in an interesting spot. Moving the guard over, the shot's definitely there, so Michael Brunner might feel that he has to guard it again. But where Mike McEwen's shooter ended up, he might be able to come off of it and do some damage that way, even if he has to come off it into the shot stone and kick up to get the yellow out for 3. He's so good at those shots. Could come off that red directly into the pocket of the red-yellow in the forefoot. That's what Brunner's looking at. Wondering if he can make it then. Concern for Brunner playing it though is he's got to be careful not to leave a double on the yellows. Brunner looking at coming off that red stone at the edge of the 12-foot. All the discussion here is about how do we want to come off. You can come off it flat enough to double off the one at the top of the 8-foot, but that would leave Mike McEwen room to come around the outturn side, tap the yellow straight back for 2. It's really thin to come directly onto shot rock. That might be the best result. He could come into the pocket of the yellow-red. If you're doing that, I gotta believe he's not going to throw it real hard, because if you pop that yellow out into the open, you'd leave a double. So they've looked at all the options. They are going to play the roll into it. Looks like he's going to play the out turn. So coming from the center line, use the gear effect of this rock to get a little lower on the roll. Discussed all the options, so it's hard to know for sure exactly which shot they're trying to play. He's got to make the double to sit shot rock, but if he just rolled through the pocket between the yellow and the red, I'm not sure how Mike McEwen scores two. Looking for the double, catches it thin, comes back, makes the double. Sure what Mike McEwen's looking at. He doesn't have a shot to score on the out turn, I don't think. Fulton Flash Daniel Marsh wondering, he's going to come back down and take a look. The question here is there a chance, with the way these rocks curl, can he come down on the in turn, hit enough of that red stone to go red, yellow, yellow? Again, you don't have to move the second yellow very far. If you could get close to the nose on the red, it's there for the double on the yellows. Keeping in mind that second yellow only has to move about 3 feet, and it could be for 3. I think when Mike put the broom down initially for the out turn, he's got to be looking at the very thin, hard pick, drive the yellow across to catch the back end of the one that was just thrown. So this is a double for 2. This is paper thin. Nice thing about this for Mike McEwen, with as lively as these stones are, and when you're hitting it this thin, the amount of spin that it's going to pick up, if you can drive it into the side of that second yellow stone, it should spin back and out of play. The problem is you're flirting with missing the first one. Makes the hit, but drives it just behind the stone at the other side of the 4-foot, so that's a steal of 1 for Michael Brunner. He takes a 2-point lead after 5 ends of play. 3-1 Brunner in this men's semifinal. The winner moves on to the final later on this afternoon.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Steal of one for Michael Brunner in the 5th inning, gives him the 2-point lead as we begin play here in the 6th. So he brings the first 2 stones into the rings. Daniel Marsh threw a corner to the left side as we look at it from the hack end on his first. Splitting the rings with the second corner on his second. Meyer in the hacks now. And they'll look to cover the 2 stones on the center line. Rock just kept sliding at the end. Leaves room for Kevin Marsh to try to come down, make a play on second shot stone. I don't know if they're playing enough weight to try to kill it or just move it back. He can get close to the nose, might be able to move both yellow stones. This is going to have to curl though. Makes the hit, passes it through the rings, and the shooter rolls past the corner guard out into the open. It's never bad to roll past the corner guard on a shot like that, though. You've got Michael Brunner playing a hit on a rock in the rings. He can't get back to the center. So you're going to have a chance to make a play on shot stone. You've got guards all over the place to work with. Makes the hit, stays right there. Probably important for Brunner to not roll behind the corner guard. All the rocks in play right now, with the possible exception of that one favoring Mike McEwen, and that one really, Mike's indifferent to it. Shot stone, top of the 4-foot, belonging to Michael Brunner, but Kevin Marsh looking to come down, get to the inside of it, roll behind cover. Well, they've called the brush right away here. Had to wait for the last one to curl. Might have been a shade inside. Looking for plan B now. Touch the guard. And they get the shooter into the rings. And in front of the yellow. Bit of a fortunate plan B. Tough stone for Brunner to remove. He is sitting 2. So they're going to look to guard it. Anthony Patel to third. Swept this for curl most of the way down. Just curls enough, I think. Mike McEwen looking to see if there's a port there. Colton Flash thinking there's a port. They weren't talking about the same shot. He was looking at the out turn. Mike McEwen was wondering which guard he was looking at hitting with the out turn, and Colton thinking about the port to get through to shot stone. Looking at the run, there's a little bit of danger here if you try to run this back. If you just pass it by the stone in the forefort, you're probably not getting your shooter out of the way either. So going to look to move the guard. You heard them talk about half weight. Just trying to get 2 shots out of this. Move the guard, but also get another rock into the rings. Probably be sitting, hard to think if you get second shot out of this, but if you're sitting third and fourth, just got to get off the wider guard first. It's the outside guard. Open things up a little bit. We're going to look to guard shot rock. Probably needs to be close to splitting center here so that there's no room to get it on the out turn through the port. Mike McEwen said it that curled enough that he's got room to play the tight yellow guard onto shot stone. Still got the port as well, so they elect to play the out turn draw through the port. Try to get to shot stone, at least move it back. Mike McEwen out by the corner guard. They don't want to get caught again. They can't really go until it gets off that corner guard. And just gets by the corner. Now they jump the brush. Sits right on the face. Brunner sitting 1, but that's Mike McEwen stone not going anywhere. Got a few different rocks he could run in, including the red guard, the red corner sitting by itself on the, if you look on the overhead view of the left-hand side, run it and stick it, it's for 2. Michael Brunner, of course, knows he can't do anything about that red stone, so he's no stranger to run backs himself. Knows how to make them, so he also knows how important it is to try to prevent them. Gestures with the broom, I think he's suggesting, and he's correct. Mike McEwen has runs on both sides. He can play the short yellow onto the red, kill the back yellow. Or he's got the corner red that he can run in on the other side. Be more worried about the red. That's a chance to sit two. Try to follow that stone down, sit right on top of it. Again, the problem is you leave three in a row. There's still the chance for the run in. The red stone is the only one you know isn't going anywhere. It's always the middle stone that stays for sure. He's content to play the guard on the shorter raise, which he probably feels is the easier raise, but it's the reward on running the red one in is so much higher. McEwen doesn't have to play it on the next shot either. He could freeze another one on there. He's still going to have runs on both sides. If you freeze another one on there, it doesn't matter which color you're running in, it would be for two. So Michael Brunner just throwing the guard with his first. Mike McEwen will look at what's left. Could play that angle in now. Play the angle in now and make it. Because of that red-yellow combination on the left-hand side as we look at it from the hacks, 4 is still in play. Looking at the possibility you could come over the top on the red and double the 2 yellows. Well, that's a possibility. It's not critical that you make that right now. If you just dead stuff the run back, you're pretty good. Michael Brunner, the guard he just threw, would take away the best opportunity he might have had to play a run back if you make it. McEwen's so good at these angle run-ins. His first stone here in the 6th, trails by 2, but if he can run this into the shot, second shot in the middle, this is going to overcurl on him though. Just hits it right on the nose. Doesn't change anything in the house at all. Well, Brunner took away one run back attempt on his first. there a way to take the second one away? Looks like with that broom, he's going to try to draw through the port between the yellow and the red. No, he's going to play the higher guard. I thought he was going to try to come underneath the red. To be a little careful when you're guarding the rays. You don't want to end up with them too close together and cue it up. Take the rays away. Does Mike McEwen have an in-off on the yellow guard by the S3 logo? In off that onto the red stone at the top of the forefoot. Kill the yellow, and it's still potentially for 3 because it's angled so that it could come across and catch that yellow at the edge of the 12 foot as well. Boy, if he bumps that red, he could leave the run in. Might still be there. I don't know if he could see enough. I'm sure Mike will take a look at it. He doesn't need to hit all of it anyway, so the fact that he can't see all of it really doesn't change the shot. The question is, can he see enough? It looks like it's close. Doesn't look like Brunner curled enough with the guard. Mike McEwen with still a chance to play the run back. 2 if he can dead stuff it. And of course, the option they discussed initially is still there. If he's just across the face on the run back, the ray stone, after it hits the red, will come into the side yellow, and it could still be for 3. Try to hit everything you can see of this first. Off and on, he's close. Makes the hit, drives it back, does catch the stone at the top of the 4. Actually needed to hit the first one just a little bit thinner, and it would have been for 3. He does get his 2. Mike McEwen, an outstanding angle run in. We're all tied up after 6 ends of play. It'll be Michael Brunner with last rock in the 7th.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet.
And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea? Great idea. Let's talk more about next year. I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrien Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Seventh end just underway. Sean Joyce with you here live from Swift Current. Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Showdown semifinal action. Mike McEwen, Michael Brunner. Dare I say, probably looking forward to at least 2 more ends. And it might be 3 to see who moves on to the final later this afternoon. Center guard throwing up to start this end. Brunner would dearly love to see a blank here, keep Last Rock into the 8th. He's going to bring the first stone into the rings on the corner. Mike McEwen, of course, has absolutely no interest in a blank, so I expect he'll throw the second center guard. That's the call, looking for the long center. Going back to that outstanding final shot by Mike McEwen. Played the angle run in. Left there because Michael Brunner's last guard didn't throw quite enough. But boy, if he curls just a whisker less. Mike McEwen with his final stone. He drives across the stone in the house enough to come across, and he was just that close to counting 3. Could have taken his first lead of the game. As it is, he got it back to a tie game, and he'll look to put some pressure on here in the 7th. This is where that no-tick zone rule comes into play. Michael Brunner would dearly love to get those 2 stones off the center line. Can't do anything about it just yet. Andreas Gerlach with his second stone, coming right into the top 4 foot around those guards. Mike confirming for the thrower at the other end, Kevin Marsh, that if you sit right on the face, you will be second shot. That's all they need for now. I think they're likely pretty confident that Brunner's going to start peeling guards right after this. Comes down with enough weight to nudge that stone back. Now, because he's got access to the stone that was just delivered, he might make a play on it first. Could still go after the guards. Actually, there's potential you could get all 3 reds moving. Looks like they're just worried about the one in the rings for now. Play the hit. Probably looking for the nose hit. I don't think he wants to roll undercover. Leave this stone in a position where you could move it up if you need to. Really going to have to go for a line here. No, they are trying to roll it behind because they're sweeping for curl. It's right on the nose. I think if I was Michael Brunner, I'd be happy with that position. Mike McEwen, again, doesn't want to see a blank end here, so he can't really start hitting rocks. Looking to tap this one straight back, stay in front of the yellows. Get across the face a little bit, tap it and sit behind the guards. The problem then is you don't create the wall at the back of the 4 foot. moves it back into the 4-foot. Leaves the shooter sitting in front of the 2 yellows. Brunner calling for the team meeting. Take a look at the angles. Everything in the house right now favoring Mike McEwen. I'm gonna say I'd be shocked if they didn't peel a guard here. Meyer has been very good at these double peel attempts too. They might try to go after 2. Don't think they really want it coming into the rings right now. Just put something into the wall of yellow. You can double peel the guards and get your shooter out of the way. He's just going to straight peel the long guard. Two ways for Colton Flash to get in. You can play the straight draw around the intern side, get to the pocket, the 2 yellows. Also got the tap on the stone that Kevin Marsh just delivered. We're going to play the intern draw for now.
I think it's good. Really close, right? Line's really good. It's all you. Line's good. Line's perfect.
Rushers were indicating the weight's close. They're just waiting for the line. Again, you know the movement is all late. You don't have to be tight to the guard to make this. Might be just a little bit strong though. It's going to come down, nudge the Yellowstone back, and by having the weight to get there all on its own, doesn't get to the inside. I think they got second shot out of it, but the more important part is they left the inside of that stone available. Anthony Pataud can come down, get the hit, roll to the inside. Be the first one to get to that pocket and sit 3. We're on the brush right out of his hand. Well, they call the sweep off about halfway down, make sure if they're going to hit the guard, they clip it hard. At least that pocket still looks pretty good. Same shot essentially for Colton Flash, probably looking to get it a little farther over than they were aiming at with the first one. I'd like to corner what is actually third shot right now. This one really curling. Didn't get enough curl on the first one. Then I think some indecision on how they wanted to play that when they realized that Colton Flash was a little light. With one call to keep it going, they might have liked to chip off that and take away the inside of the red stone. It's still there for Anthony Pataud to make the inside roll off this. Sit 3 and, more importantly, take away that pocket. This one's got a lot of room. Still on the outside of the red. Puts the red onto the yellow. So both teams struggling to find the line they're looking for here. That's now leaving McEwen sitting 1. Second, third, and fourth all belonging to Brunner. No center guard left, but the red stones at the top of the 12-foot slightly overlap, and they provide a little bit of cover if you come around it. Looks like Mike's first thought was to play the out-turn tap. Maybe as much as anything because he's worried about there being a double left off that stone. Now they're back to looking at the inside, or the in-turn freeze to the inside corner of his own red stone. If you come down with the in-turn and sit right where Mike is tapping the ice, there's no way for Brunner to get that stone out. The red onto red angle slash is going to leave it there. If he tries coming at it from the broom side, it goes into the yellow. I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict we're not going to see a blank here in the 7th. Mike McEwen, if he can lock a good corner freeze on here, puts himself in a position where he might be looking at a steal. Pressure's been on for a firm clean most of the way down. Now they drop off, waiting for it to finish. Mike McEwen, an outstanding draw, comes and sits right on the inside corner of his own stone. Did leave a little separation. Brunner looking at it. He tries to pick it clean and just touches the stone. Can he get to the back end of the yellow and maybe get it out that way? To drive the yellow straight sideways into his own. Also looking at what he might be able to do with either of the reds at the top of the house. Looking at the slash on the red in the 8-foot into the 2 and the 4. I'm wondering about, could you play the red at the top of the 12-foot over the top of the one Mike McEwen just delivered, kill 2 reds, without losing any of the yellows in the house. Brunner looking at coming down. It looks like quiet tap. He's almost going to try to put the red through the port between the red and the yellow. If he just touches the red at the edge of the 4-foot on the way by, I Might be able to sit shot, but he wants to keep his shooter sitting somewhere on the edge of the 4 foot as well. So looking for the quiet tap back here, and wants to just touch the shot stone on the way by. Boy, this is close. Maybe not quite the weight they had in mind. He jiggles them around, but leaves McEwen sitting 2. Does have the angle slash in on his shooter. Thin, but it's there. I'd likely try to bring another rock into the rings. Expect. Now they're also talking about the possibility of just throwing a straight guard. If you draw right to the top of the button, I'm not sure how Brunner scores. In fact, if you get a good angle on the shot stone, looks like there's a pretty good chance you're stealing 2 here. Not sure whether they're playing the draw straight or if they're trying to chisel off the yellow. They talked about both possibilities. Boy, this one's curling. Has to get by his own stone at the top of the 12 foot. Not going to get by it, so now looking to chip off and maybe take away something. I think they've left a shot for 3 anyway. It's a tough shot. Michael Brunner will have to look at clipping that yellow that he just threw as thin as he can into the pocket of the 2 reds. The back one goes easy. The second one's going to come into the yellows, and you have to hope it comes out the back of the rings. Probably you make this shot, you lose the shooter. You're probably losing one of the yellows on the side, and the red goes into them. Big final stone here for Michael Brunner. Facing 2, looking for the thin slash on his own. Could score 3, perhaps 4 here. Catches it thin. Comes across, but dead jams the 1 red into the yellow. So it's just the single point for Michael Brunner. Bit of a dodged bullet there for Mike McEwen. He'll be trailing by 1, but have the last rock coming home.
I've been farming on my own right for 40 years now, I think. It's a very wholesome enterprise. You have very, very busy periods when you have to go hard. So many of our windows are so tight that you just can't afford to miss a couple days of seating.
When a producer places their trust in us, that when it's time for them to be able to make their living, we're going to be there. That's a tremendous responsibility that is not a one-day-a-year thing, right? In order to actually deliver on that, you have to build your processes and you have to build your team and you have to have a mindset of operational excellence, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And it's our job to make sure that they don't go wrong. Or if they do go wrong, that we can fix it before it affects our customer.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only...
Well, I had a chance to look at the replay while we were in the break. I'm not sure that Michael Brunner could have hit that much better. Just probably wasn't there for the extra points because it caught the second shot stone fairly solidly. That puts the raised stone directly into the side of the red, which then in turn put that directly into the side of the yellow. It wasn't going anywhere. He needed to get it into the pocket. I'm not sure it was there. Picks up his single though, and that gives him the lead as we begin play here in the 8th end. They threw the center guard with the first one. Mike McEwen looking at throwing the corner guard. A little bit of thought into which side he wanted to play, and this is where you go back and think about everything you've played in this game. What spot do you feel like you know if you need to go around later on? Throwing the halfway guard, so I don't imagine he's throwing two corners on the same side. Only needs 2 for the win. He doesn't have to throw 2 corners either way. He could come around on the next one. Andreas Gerlach being asked to come around the intern side, come around the center. Comes to rest top button, sitting shot rock behind cover. And McEwen will ask Daniel Marsh to come down to it. Nice weight. They're sweeping for some curl right now. Locks it right on the face. Romano Meyer being asked to follow it down, freeze on the face again. Blocks it right on the face. Mike McEwen's first thought was to lock another one on. Talked about playing the chip, a thin chip on the guard, the yellow guard, and try to carry the shooter into the rings. Tried that once earlier in the game. They opt to play the freeze again. A lot of room this time, and maybe a little too much weight. Comes down, chips off the Yellowstone. Probably rolled enough to leave a double on the Reds. If you play it, it's probably moving the yellow shot stone behind the button too, though. The winner might be okay with that. Hate to leave too many Reds around. Got to get as much as he can to the inside of this redstone. If he hits it too thick, he might actually catch the yellow at the top of the 8-foot when he comes across. Boy, hits them almost exactly the same time. Kills both Reds, does take the yellow out of the button area as well. But sitting 2 for now, and most important thing, he gets rid of that redstone that was sandwiched in between the 2 yellows. Leaves a bit of a pocket. It's an angled pocket, but Kevin Marsh will try to freeze in there. Can afford to overcurl a little bit and tap the one on the 8-foot back about 6 inches, and then sit in front like that. This Red's not going away in one shot. Might have rolled just a little too far off the top. Room for Anthony to come down. It looks like they're playing for the nose hit. Keep your shooter in front of the redstone. Move the yellow back a little bit. Not playing big weight here, just a tap, I think. Might even be looking to just freeze the inside corner and tap it just enough to break the existing freeze. This is going to have to curl, though. He doesn't want to be on the outside of it. Good job on the brush. Moves it back about 1.5 feet and does leave the yellow-red angled to go by everything. Brunner sitting 2, but a chance here for Colton Flash to make a play on the 2 Yellowstones, roll behind the corner as well. Doesn't have to kill the second one. He just clips it on the way by. Maybe moves it into the path of that yellow-red. Boy, Boy, this is really curling early, though. Going to be on the guard, but they stay with the brush to try to carry the shooter into the rings. So that takes care of all the guards on the center line. It's Brunner sitting shot and second. Third belongs to Colton Flash. They do have the ability to pass it by everything. A lot of discussion, not a lot of pointing. The only gesture I saw from Michael Brunner was to play the hit on the yellow, kill that red out the back, and roll the shooter over towards the corner guard. The problem with that is, and I'm not saying it's not a shot to play, probably the problem that's concerning them is, do they really want to put another rock over on the corner? I kind of know Mike McEwen will be looking to get the play over there. Well, the angle on the yellow-red isn't really any good for Michael McEwen, so it looks like Brunner has decided to call the guard. Take away that little double and roll like McEwen wanted to play. Boy, they had to go at the end for every last little bit of curl. I don't know, they might have left enough. It's probably still there. Same shot for Colton Flash. Might have to throw it with a little bit less weight. So the discussion seems to be that the harder you hit this, the more room for error you've got to make the double. The question is, can you see enough of that yellow stone to throw some weight at it? I also know with as lively as these stones are, the harder you throw it, the more unlucky you would have to be to dead stuff it. Looks like with that amount of ice, they're going to throw more of a control type weight, count on a little bit of finish. They called for sweep to curl right away. Might have been a little back on the release. Only dead stuff's into the one at the side of the forefoot. It's Brunner sitting 1 right now. It is behind cover, but guard long enough with the amount of finish there is here. I think McEwen could definitely get to it. Brunner could play the yellow-red combination now. I'm trying to avoid playing that only because with it being angled away from the button, it's not worrying him a lot. There's the possibility right now, though, that Mike McEwen could hit what he could see of that red stone in the 8-foot and jam it onto shot stone, leave it buried. I don't know that he'd necessarily play that yet, but that's a reason to kill it. So it looks like that's what they're going to play the yellow-red combination. Now the other thing about that is, where do you want everything to end up? If you get close to the nose with quiet weight, you leave the shooter right there, which will protect the intern side of the shot rock. And the yellow that you're hitting first might just come to the other side of center. All depends on the weight. I'm not sure how much they're throwing at this. With that amount of broom, I got to think they're throwing this fairly quiet. Really moving towards the guard. They got to get by. They do. Once they're by, they sweep for that last little bit of curl, and the shooter takes away the intern side. Now that rock spins back a little at the end. The stone that was just delivered, or pardon me, the stone that was just raised, did pop out into the open. Mike McEwen can probably see enough to play the hit, roll behind the corner, and in so doing probably doubles the yellows. Kevin's suggestion is play the hit, roll on top of the yellow, and know that you've got the angle run in with the last one. He made that same angle run in 2 ends ago.
You can only throw just, you got to make sure we're shot over there, right? We'll throw it here.
No mics on the players, but there are mics out at ice level. And when this is the last game out there, we can hear them a little better. So Mike McEwen with his first stone here in the 8th end, trailing by 1. Looking for the hit on second shot, roll in front of the shot stone. He'll have the angle run in on his own corner guard. He'll also have the yellow on, as we look at the overhead, the right-hand side. If he rolls the red right in between the two yellows, he'd be able to make the yellow, red, yellow double, and then that red rock that's just hanging on to the edge of the 12-foot could be the second point. Michael Brunner can't take away both of those shots with one guard, so he's going to probably have to make some kind of play into the rings. First things first, Mike McEwen needs to get the roll. They're on the brush early. Ends up under curling. Just gets to the nose. Michael Brunner will take a few moments to look at this. It's just a question of where he wants to hit it. You hit it on the nose. Hit it on the nose, Mike McEwen would have to try the double, and then it's hard to say whether or not his shooter would be in the 8-foot far enough to count. Could roll a piece under the guard. Have to be careful if you do that, though, that you don't leave a triple on the yellows. He definitely has to get up to the nose. Anything on the outside, he's liable to put this onto the shot stone. Well, just touches it on the way by, but enough that he sits 3 for now. Not sure what Mike McEwen has left. Probably has an out-turn draw through the 8-foot. And then try to wiggle off shot rock. Very tough, but it's probably there. The angle run-in would have to come off the stone in the 12-foot to redirect onto shot stone. McEwen looking at playing that angle run-in with some weight, try to triple the yellows. I mean, it's probably there. It's probably not any harder than trying to wiggle it through for the double either. The outturn heavy draw between the two yellows, come down to shot stone and tap it back, is probably there. It's really tough, and it's just to get an extra end. If you think there's some kind of angle where you might be able to score 2 here on the run-in, it's probably worth the risk. Don't think he thinks it's there, so they are playing the outturn. It's got to be a heavy draw because he's going to have to move the shot stone. Only need to move it about 3 feet, so, well, not even 2 feet. Get it through the button to the back of the 4. So probably needs about back 8-foot weight out of his hand. Final stone for Mike McEwen here in the 8th. Needs to negotiate a tough port. Play the little tap back just to get the extra end. Rushers are close, waiting for the line. Once this starts to go, it should move big. He's close. He's got the port. Does he have enough weight to move it far enough? I don't know. Kevin Marsh tapping the red. That might be wishful thinking. I think we're going to see a measurement here. Colton Flash thinks it's red. Mike McEwen wouldn't offer up an opinion. Didn't see the micrometer from our view. Kevin Marsh does point. It is the red. Outstanding shot by Mike McEwen with his final stone. Taps it back far enough to pick up his single. We're headed to an extra end here in this men's semifinal. It'll be Michael Brunner with last rock.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
A highlight reel shot by Mike McEwen with his final stone in 8. Comes through the port, pushes it just far enough back that after a measurement he gets the single point, and that puts us in an extra end. Center guard thrown up to start this extra end. Come around to the top of the 4. Daniel Marsh being asked to throw a second guard now.
Easy, guys, easy. Curl if you can, curl if you can. Curl if you can.
Want to make sure they're touching the center line here. Just gets to the center line. Don't think there was any doubt Brunner was going to come in again. Probably looks a little bit more natural now to come around from the intern side, just because there's a slight stagger on the center guards. free guard zone kind of dictates this is the way these ends start, and then the two teams will start jockeying for position. McEwen will have to do something to move those stones at the top of the forefoot. Won't want to kill them. Boy, they sure don't want to come up short here. Well, on a stone in the 12 foot on this ice is just basically a tight guard. Mike McEwen will look to come right around everything. Certainly can bury at the back button here. He might even be able to be just in front of the tee line buried. That might be a little greedy. Got a lot of room coming by and a lot of weight. Needed to be in the forefoot somewhere. It's going to slide all the way into the back 12. Never any doubt that Brunner was going to play the peel. I think the question he was just asking is which side they wanted to play, which turn. Meyer with the peel, rolls his shooter to the divider. Some discussion about throwing another high guard, knowing that you're going to have Brunner peeling them off for a while. Mike McEwen, you heard him say, his thought here is Kevin just threw this, so he knows how he missed it. Expect him to make it the second time. Got better line on this one, better weight as well. They got to get by the one at the top 12. Does bring it into the top corner of the button. Probably about half behind cover. Only possible problem for Mike McEwen, though, is the way these rocks are all staggered. If Meyer can drive the red guard across the face of the yellow, bring it back into the 2 and the 4 foot, he could get 4 rocks moving here. There might be nothing left in front of the tee line when he's done. No, where they're putting the broom, I think they're just playing the double peel. So not looking to drive it across the face, looking to drive it just off the nose, catch the one at the top of the 12 foot on the way by. Drives it by everything, though. Brief discussion there about how long they want this guard. I think definitely they're looking for it to split center. Michael Brunner's going to want to try to move the guard and the stone to the top 12 foot, so you'd like to line those two up, make the double as hard as possible. It's pretty well done. Brunner this time looking at hitting it the direction I was talking about the last time, where you might put the yellow into the 2 and the 4 foot. Love to get the double peel at the very least. Take that one out of the 12-foot. Makes the hit though, drives it by everything, and rolls the shooter out of play. Have to think McEwen will throw at least one more long guard, probably two. If it comes down to his last stone, he might have to try to find a different place to put it, because Brunner could hit the outside of the yellow, drive it onto shot stone. You can still see half a shot stone from the other side, so you really can't guard both of those with one rock. You don't expect him to play it this early though, because he'd give you the chance to come around. This guard might be a little too tight though. Too tight and a little bit of angle. Definitely a chance now to get everything moving. These rocks not as lined up as they were previously. This is the best chance Brunner's team has had. Big weight here, but the extension might not have been quite at the stick. See Anthony not happy with himself. Not his best throw. Peels the guard out, but leaves the same situation in the house. McEwen team talking about where to put this next one. Throw the guard. What they're worried about, I don't know if worry is the right word. They might very well know that Michael Brunner might make a play on shot stone, but if he does that, you know you've got stuff to come around again with the last one. If he peels the guard again, then you might look at freezing your own with the last one. Probably want this guard a little higher this time. Just 4 stones left to come in this extra end. Mike McEwen sitting shot, corner of the button right now. Wanted the guard high, but got to get it over the hog line, and this comes up well short. Well, choice now for Michael Brunner. You could pick the shot stone. You could play the yellow-red in the 4-foot. You actually could play that yellow in the 12-foot towards the red. Roll the shooter off as well, and then you know the middle's going to be open for your last one. Drive the yellow across the face of the yellow in the 12 across the face of the yellow in the 4-foot. Try to kill everything out of the top. Play the yellow-red in the 4-foot as thin as you can on the first one. You dead stuff it, but that is a tough shot. If you spin it back behind the tee line at all, that's a rock for Mike McEwen to work with. I'd be tempted to hit the one in the 12-foot. That's the one Mike McEwen's going to try to use. Hit the one in the 12-foot. Play the raise, short raise onto the red. A little bit of an angle, but short raise onto the red. Your shooter rolls away. He's going to play the yellow-red. This has been there all in. There's nothing wrong with this call. The only thing is you got to be careful. If you spin this back behind the tee line, Mike McEwen plays the come around from the intern side, buries around that stone top 12, and just depends where this yellow one ends up. It could give Mike McEwen some protection from the back. Can't hit this too thin, I don't think. The thicker you hit it, the more you pop it. Spun a little bit, sits top button. It's pretty good. Mike McEwen's probably going to have to move that stone. McEwen does have second shot at the back of the 8. I heard one of them call it. It might have been Colton. Make the play on shot rock. Roll over and force him to draw to the 8-foot. You could come around from the out turn, try to tap that back to the back of the 4-foot and sit in front of it. It's a really tough shot, and Michael Brunner, so good at the upweight hits, he'll just try to pick you out. There's going to have to be, for you to get shot rock, there's going to have to be over 3 feet of separation between the two of them. Could play the straight back double if you want to make him draw. I think the first shot they looked at, just come down, hit what you could see of that with quiet weight, roll to the corner of the 8-foot. Because you've got second shot at the back of the 8, if you roll to the edge of the 8-foot, I don't think you'll see Brunner play the hit at it because he won't have very far to roll. So that's what they've settled on. Probably the easiest shot that Mike McEwen has left as well. This is a type of shot you play plenty in a game, so it won't look too difficult for him. You'll try to hit, roll over. The tricky part here is going to be hold the shooter for second shot or shot. Boy, this needs to curl it straight right out. I don't know if he's going to make any contact. It's going to slide right by it, and Michael Brunner not even going to have to throw his final stone. It's a single point for Brunner. The point he needs to win the game. Picks up one here in the extra end. It goes into the books as a 5-4 final. And that moves Michael Brunner into the final later on this afternoon. It'll be an all-Swiss matchup as he plays against Yannick Schwaller. We'll have that final for you here on the SaskTel Curling Stadium. The women's final going at 4 o'clock as well. I want to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you again for the finals in about half an hour's time.
We feed the world with Nutrien, and a large portion of what our job is to get fertilizer out with the carriers so they can get directed to the farms or to the different retail locations. We know that if we don't have the answer to something, we're not afraid to reach out because we have support from everyone. We've got a really good team behind us.